Greetings and welcome to Sunlight Refuge, where the name of the game is motivation, inspiration, and growth. Hi, everyone. My name is Tracy, and if you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So, happy spring! Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you're excited. I know every season respectfully have their reasons, but I do not like being cold. So I am so excited to see the temperature warming back up and, so on and so forth, and just being able to get back outside, doing spring cleaning, and just everything that comes with sunshine, right? So I'm excited about that. So today I want to drop a few tips on elevating your self care, right? Elevating life in general, your lifestyle, right? Doing the things that we all can do to elevate our lifestyles, okay? So, what does that look like? Self care. I think that's like so important to take care of your well being. And that's what self care is all about, right? Just taking time to check in with your body the same way you check in with your car, the same way you check in with the other things that you own. Like, this is your important vehicle, right? So you got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So, what does that look like? Well, it can be a multitude of things, right? You can do meditation, you can exercise, right? Skincare is good. You know what I mean? Like, especially with spring coming, you got to get all of this old dead cells and all of this, off of you so you can radiate and be, in your highest vibration. So, self care is so important. Like, whatever that looks like I just gave a few examples, but it is so many ways that you can create a self-care routine, and I encourage everybody to create a self-care routine, because if you're not well within, you can't shine on the outside, right? We're all trying to be our best selves, and that starts with taking care of ourselves. So with that, it can be friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to make the decision of, is this person is good for you, or if this person is not good for you, and you have to make that decision because your well-being depends on the people that you have around you, right? That goes into exercising, dieting, right? Your nutrition is key to this. Like, we gotta kick all the junk food and the eating like you was back in your teens, right? Like, it's so many things going on with food. Like, it's really it it does something to me, because the more I read about what's going on um with our food, you know, and how the food are getting from here to your grocery store. Like, it ain't all humane. It ain't all, you know what I'm saying? So I encourage you to educate yourself on food, right? I give recognition to three people mainly, right? But it's more than that. But right now it's Yaki. Yaki Awaken. Like, he really goes deep into your cellular structure, right? And so if you check out my community page, I like to post leaders of the day, and check it out. Maybe you can dive a little bit further, but um yeah, Dr. Bobby Price. I had the pleasure of meeting him on my birthday last year, and really nice person. And I take his detox. I do his 28-day detox, and I'm telling you that detox, you better make sure you take some time out, because them first couple days is it's a doozy. But it's all for cleaning out all this gunk, and getting you right. Like after that, it's all right, but it is a little rough. We was like, whoa. But that's what they say you need, all them bitters and stuff. That's what's gonna get it out. You can't do it on no celery water. I mean, it's good and all, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to get in there, because you got to think about how long we've been eating wrong, you know? And so you got to take that time to, like, get it out you. So, health, your health is so, so, so important, because if you're not putting healthier things in your body, especially the older that we get, um, it's not going to be it's not going to elevate you, and it's not going to help you live a long and healthy lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, diabetes is on the rise, blood pressure is on the rise. Like, all these things are like on the rise. Obesity is on the rise. Like, we got to get out of, oh, you can't call this person fat. It ain't about all of that, man. You're you're harming your body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that goes into your self-care, because a lot of people, they get into these modes, and what do? They just eat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a clinical anything. This is just through my observation, and things that I've learned through my life. But you can't stress eat. You can't get depressed and just eat 3 bags of potato chips. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to read these labels. You got to pick a different way. And you can't let yourself go down just because you're in a hard place. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody goes through things, and it's tough. We're not saying it's not tough, but you can't self sabotage yourself, because you know things are challenging for you at the time. The sun always comes out. You know what I'm saying? You can't jeopardize your health. Like, that's just, it's part of the non-negotiables. You know what I mean? Like, I watch some of these little stories and stuff, when people, men in particular, talk about their non-negotiables and stuff, right? And a lot of them are starting to be like, if they eat fast food, I we can't even. If they eat meat, we can't even. If they smoke, we can't even. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is good, because it's like, you can't. Like, for me not to eat meat, I can't. I can't be with somebody who just don't care about fruits and vegetables, and all they want is meat and milk, and that's not gonna work. Ew. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the lifestyles have to match, and that's where the compatibility comes in too. Like, you have to be compatible on a lifestyle. Like, that's why I say this is a lifestyle. Like, the things that I say on here is how I'm living. So, and it is like, you gotta, like, pick a lane, and just go with it. So, wellness, self care, health care, your diet, exercise. Those three should be like top three, right? You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of your vehicle, right? And that involves how you eat and how you exercise. Like you shouldn't be eating two, three. Like we know breakfast means break fast. You're breaking your fast. It doesn't mean as soon as you get up, brush your teeth, wash your face, let's eat. No, you don't have to eat soon as you get up. It just means you're breaking your fast. So it's like once you start learning, I always tell people go, just whatever you're into, just start researching it. Start learning because a lot of what we've been taught, you know, um isn't it's just not the right way for some people. You know what I'm saying? Some people can thrive off of dairy. Some people can't. You know what I mean? Some people can thrive off of meat. Some people can't. So you gotta take that as it resonates, but you know what I'm saying? So it is very key, and I keep going back to it because a lot of these meats got hormones in it because they're trying to mass produce quickly. They don't have time for things to develop all the way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these farms that are being taken over by big businesses, you know, they're not clean. They're not clean. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but no, they're not clean. The way these animals are being killed for y'all to eat, it's not humane. It's not halal. So you eating that, that meat, and you wondering why you acting like a. It's cause what you putting in there. You know what I'm saying? Learn something. We gotta learn how to grow something. Use some raw stuff. It's okay. Raw is good. Raw vegetables, raw fruits, raw herbs. Yeah, those are good. And the raw meat and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta like learn. You gotta learn. You can't sit up here with known problems within your body, but then you still wanna eat hot fries, or you know what I'm saying? You still want to eat potato chips, or you still want to eat a lot of fried foods. I know that's big. They want to fry everything. Like everything. Everything can be fried. You know what I'm saying? And it's like what you learn about grease and stuff, you know what I mean? It becomes toxic in your body and things like that. So I always encourage people like take what you like and try to recreate it more healthier. And it's too many websites out here. It is too many people having vegan recipes or vegetarian recipes. You like spaghetti or whatever, like get a better pasta. You know what I mean? Get fresher herbs in there. Take the meat out. It's still good as spaghetti. You like tomatoes? Get you some fresh tomatoes. You know what I mean? Try to get you a wrap, you know. Just whatever you like, recreate that in a healthier way. Cuz it's just too much information out there. It's just too much information out there for 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 everyone to use to get a better quality of life. And that goes all the way down to your finances, right? Which brings me to my next point. Yeah, part of your lifestyle has to do with your finances. You got to get your money right. You got to understand how money works. You got to understand credit and the difference between somebody with a 500 who pays this much and somebody with an 800 who pays this much. There's a difference. You got to learn about that stuff. And you can't depend on the school system to give it to you, especially like grade school. That's not their job. It's yours as the person, as the parent, as the guardian, as the friend. It's yeah. So you gotta know how to budget and manage money and take a look at your relationship with money. Is it a traumatic one? Do you always feel it's scarce? Is it abundant? Like what's your real relationship when you get money? When you have money, how you act, what you do, what you buy, what you save, what you invest in, what you do. Cuz it's again it's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. It's not just one thing. It's a lot of things that we have to learn to get a better quality of life. And the veils are being uncovered. Gone are the days where you can just get a bachelor's degree and now you're making six figures off the top. Like gone are those days, you know? So you gotta, especially to the younger ones, you know what I'm saying? I'm turning 40 this year. So the people younger than me, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get this stuff, you know? Like, and the earlier you start, the better. Because I mean, you're gonna need money. Like it is what it is. You can sit up there and act like, oh, you need money to do things. Now you cannot have it, sure, okay, but you got to go live like that. So that's another thing you got to how you want to live. You don't got to be in private jets. Some people do, but I mean, you ain't got to be homeless either. You don't have to be extremes, but everybody should want to live comfortably, right? So that's part of the lifestyle. What type of lifestyle do you want to live? You talk about your money, you talk about your employment, your job. You know, you got to take steps to elevating your job. You don't ever want to begin at an entry level and just stay there. You got to have a plan to grow as the company grows. The company couldn't grow and hire more people if you just want to stay stagnant. You got to have a plan how you want to influence your workplace, your employment, whether you're the employer or the employee, right? I remember when my first job, McDonald's, and I remember seeing like they call them the crew chiefs. They're like the little mini managers, and I was like, shoot, I want to be that. You know what I'm saying? They had a different name tag. They had a little extra amenities. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to just be a regular worker. Like I wanted to have a little oomph behind my name. You know what I'm saying? And eventually got up to manager, right after I turned 18 or whatever like that, and just kind of went on. And I remember even during my teenage years, my younger years, it's like I always wanted to advance, like I knew I wanted to be a manager at that time, you know what I'm saying? Like I liked the job back then, you know what I'm saying? But um and I just remember like being on like spring break and stuff like that, and they would be like, "Oh, hey Tracy, could you help me work a few extra hours?" I'm like, "Yeah." I used to always work extra hours on my little vacation times and stuff and be calculating my little money and you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I think that just comes from my mom and my dad. You know, I think they just you just watch them. That's why you gotta pay attention to who's paying attention to you. You know, when you have little ones watching you and stuff, because they watching and they learning. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you'll hear them like regurgitate, you know, with the lessons that you've been learning. Like, oh, okay, they do be listening. You know, so career advancement is another part of elevating your lifestyle. Know your goals. Set your own goals. The company has goals. You should have yours too. Because this is how, you know, you get your puzzle pieces, you know, into play. And so in addition to that, okay, so this is my biggest thing. Like I always wanted to travel, but I always wanted to travel like with my family. You know what I mean? So it's like I do have that book, what is it called? 1,000 places you have to visit before you die, something like that. So I do have like places out of the country and stuff that I want to travel, you know, with my family, so I can just, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been all up and down the United States per se, you know what I mean? But just really like explore all the different places, you know what I mean? So that can help elevate your lifestyle too, because you become more well rounded, you know, with the different cultures of the world, right? See different people and meet different people and eat different foods, and you know, I suggest getting what's it called, like the little tour guides, you know, the people that take you around. You have these little food guides and think, oh yeah, I'm getting that. I want to eat all the food. You know, I want to go to the local little shops and stuff. You know, like that's the kind of stuff I want to do. And it'll just help you to learn, you know, the different cultures and just how other people live. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm excited about that one. For me personally, I'm excited about that one. And then just, you know, to allow my family members to experience that with me is going to be like a real joy, you know. And so that's why you got to get your finances right, right? You got to have your financial literacy. Like you got to teach yourself how to do money, how to manage money, how to use money, how to spend money, because it's not how much you make, it's about how much you can keep and make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? So you can go out there and enjoy the things that you want to enjoy, right? So that's another thing too that you're not going to get in your grade school. You know what I'm saying? You can get some in college or something to that effect, but it's people out here too that's teaching you about financial literacy, you know, and it will be wise for you to learn about that and quit spending it on all this materialistic stuff. Yes, we need things, but the top billionaires, you're not gonna see them bow 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 bow. You're not gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? They have on a shirt like this, shit cost $500. You know what I'm saying? Like just regular. You don't have to be flashy with your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have the, you know what I'm saying? It's like you embrace it, right? Because you want everybody to be. But if you have it and you truly got it, God think you deserve that, right? But if you ain't got it, you don't really have it like that. Like go sit down. Like your time is coming, but you gotta wait until that time comes. It's like a rite of passage. Like you try to cheat, don't cheat. Like just wait, it's coming. You do your steps, you do your homework, and you'll get it. And that goes to with like education and skills. Like you got to be good on your soft skills and your hard skills, right? And you gotta have a resume. You got a resume? You need to know how to create a nice resume. And once again, there's no excuse why you can't have this because there's plenty of examples that you can get online. It's plenty of people that can help you. You know what I'm saying? Like your education and your skill set is going to play a part in your elevation of your lifestyle, right? Because those who can't pay, so it's like you need to learn how to do some things. And one stream of income ain't gonna cut it. And you can't have champagne dreams and you don't even know how to budget. You can't have champagne dreams and you don't even know how to get up on time. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta make it make sense. Ain't nothing wrong with champagne dreams. But what are you doing to get there? Because you're not gonna get there on wishful thinking. You're gonna get there on smarts, intelligence, and action. In action. That's why I teach my children all the time. My children, they're just like their mom. No, I'm just playing. But they're beautiful children. My sons and my daughters, they are beautiful people. And I always teach them like, don't get caught up in the physical of it all. Mm-mm. This is where, this is where you shine. And it's so funny because sometimes we go to the store, and now my daughter, she's older, and she recognizes it. But the first impression of my children is, oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, they're so handsome. But it's when they speak is when their mind really gets blown because they don't expect that. I guess they don't really expect that coming from them, and that's where she starts to notice it, and we have conversations about it, and they start to notice it, and we have conversations about it. But yeah, I don't teach them all this, you know. That's why I'm minimal with my stuff. Like I don't feel like I have to put. I don't spend a lot on makeup. I like it just because I'm a girl, and I like it, and I like to see what I can do. But when I take this off, I pretty much look the same. That's where the skincare comes from. Like I can't throw makeup on to cover up. You know what I'm saying? It enhances. Makeup enhances, but it's not supposed to change your whole physical, you know, appearance or whatever. But yeah, so you gotta like that education and that smarts and stuff, like you gotta have that. You gotta have a skill set. And when I say a skill set, I mean like skill sets with an S. You gotta know how to do things and make it tangible, right? You gotta get that education. A lot of the times you can learn it online, you know? You don't have to go for certain things, you're gonna have different paths. But yeah, that's all part of having an elevated lifestyle to elevate yourself, right? So it's like taking the time to grow you. And that's why I say too, like with these relationships and stuff like that, like you can't be so quick to be in a relationship and you're not whole. Like I don't believe in like 50-50. I believe in 100-100. And I'm an overachiever, so I just, I'm like 250, 250. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the best that I can be. I'm not trying to be better than nobody. I'm just trying to be the best that I can be. That's all. And if we all, try to be and walk in being our best selves, it helps humanity. Because remember what I said, it's about elevating God and helping humanity, right? In our own special, beautiful ways. So, yeah. And then it's like everything else kind of starts to fall into place. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see people who can't express themselves, or you know what I mean? Like they really want to tell you off, but they can't, and then they go and say everything that they wanted to say to somebody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that self expression. That's another one too. You have to be able to talk, communicate, say what you need. It doesn't have to be a battle, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to express how you feel and give out your ideas, you know? Like if you're in a room full of people and they saying, "Oh, let's do it this way," da, 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 da. If you have a good way, put it out there, right? That's part of it too, because you got to think, if you elevate your life, you can't be scared to talk. You can't be scared to stand up for yourself. You can't be scared to have standards, right? Like it's all part of it. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that doesn't equate to an elevated lifestyle. So, yeah, even like taking it a step further, like community work, doing things for your community. Sometimes there's like community reach out programs and things, especially for like the youth. Your school have like, volunteer days. Volunteer even with the grown-ups. Like I volunteer with my employer. Like it's nice, and you get to like fellowship, and and get to talk to people that you normally wouldn't talk to and stuff like that, and it's all for a good cause, you know whatever that is. So I encourage you to dive into your local community programs, and sponsorships, and different groups and stuff like that. Yeah, and it'll help, you know broaden your horizon, and you get to meet new people and things like that. You have new perspective, and people get to talk and dialogue and learn off of each other. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I love it when everybody's smarter than me. I just like to learn. I'll be like, like when you got me quiet and I'm just like, mm-hmm. Like I'm soaking it up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm loving it, right? So that's it, everybody. That's the message for today. Self care, lifestyle improvements, learning, growing, health, exercise, financial literacy, cultural, all of these things, right? It's going to help advance you. It's going to help elevate you. And it's going to help you just get into why. Why are we here? And it's not to go to work, pay the bills, and die. No, it's not that. I wasn't born just to pay the bills, right? So I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. If you made it this far, listen, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, support the channel, and till the next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.